When I was robbed at 18, I was with my friend. Decided to go to a bar because at that time, at 18 years old, you could go to a bar and drink. So we were super excited. We were having an opportunity to go to a bar in the neighborhood and walking distance. At the time, the name of the bar was The Detour in Uptown Central City. And walking home, we noticed a young man that was on the neutral space. So maybe approximately 2 blocks prior to reaching our destination, he crosses over the median and now he's behind us on the sidewalk. But definitely he made his presence known when he approached, and he had a gun and he asked us to give it up. So again, we had been drinking. So when you're asking me to give it up, I'm like, give up what? Like, I'm not understanding what you're saying. And, you know, he exchanged some very harsh words to make us understand. So he hit me with the butt of the gun in my head. So when he hit me, I literally pissed myself. Like literally, when he hit me, it just, and then I agitated him at that point because now he's really, like, he wants to make this quick lick and go. The police came, picked us up from the location to ride to look for the perpetrator. And by the time they found this young man, he had sold our jewelry for drugs. And when the police apprehended him, we learned that he was young. He was young like we were, which was alarming to me, that this young man at that age is out robbing to support a drug addiction, which speaks volumes to his family structure, what's going on in his life that has caused him to be addicted to a substance at that age. I didn't want the young man to be punished in that aspect, but punished in the sense where we can figure out what would be the root cause to send this young man in that direction. The officer really thought I was crazy at the time, but I was like, well, can't we just go to his house and knock on his door and talk to his mama? Like, and tell his mama what he did, right? I was raised, if you did something, you know, they brought you to your mom or your next door neighbor if your mother wasn't home, and you would be chastised by the entire block, the entire neighborhood. So I'm figuring, like, we can solve this if we find his mama or somebody in his family, but that wasn't an option. So I had unrealistic expectations, essentially. We can't arrest our way and incarcerate our way out of problems. When we talk about crime and violence, that's one of the conversations folks tend to avoid, and that's racial barriers that exist. Even in victim services, an African American victim won't respond the same as our Caucasian brothers and sisters. They are privy to resources that likely the African American person, the conversation may not even come up with. What opportunities are there for you as a victim survivor? That information is oftentimes not shared. And the inequalities that exist in our criminal justice system, our educational system, and healthcare system is evident when we see our Black and brown people are suffering every day. And when you get into the judicial processing, it's not about the victim nor the survivor. It's about the person who's being charged. So we need to find ways to make sure, even if you plead, you get an opportunity, if that victim chooses to look that person in the face. Accountability is making sure that the individuals understand that when these things happen, or when you commit crimes, that the likeliness of you being accountable for what you have done is important. And that's taking ownership with acknowledging you're wrong and processing your wrong. And that's a part of accountability, to sit back and listen to the pain you caused, and understand that what you've done impacted them in a different way. I relate to the understanding that incarceration is a quick fix. Currently, the answer to all of our problems nationally is incarceration. And incarceration is not the answer of course, because if it was, we've solved our problems years ago. Prison expansion, jail expansion has not rid the community of violence. So I don't know at what point do we decide collectively that this does not work. But we continue to put billions of dollars into an incarceration system to put more people in, and we still get the problems out. That makes no sense. And we talk about recidivism and folks offending multiple times. So we fail. We fail systemically, and we continue to fail, and we put billions of dollars behind that failure. Something is wrong.